I don't know why there's literally nobody with mainstream media talking about the scream at 2:27 a.m. on the 1112 King Road camera. But maybe if we add this little detail to it, it might get their attention. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer, everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Okay, so today is January 2nd, 2026. I am aware that there is Walmart surveillance footage of Bryan Kohberger that was released by the Idaho Statesman. For those of you that have been in my lives over the past week and a half, 2 weeks or so, you'll know that I mentioned that the Walmart surveillance footage was sent to me by somebody pretty close in the case, but that I couldn't open the files. It did this when I tried to open them. Then we had more stuff come in, more stuff going on, and I sort of put those off to the side, you know, the way that MPD did the lead suspect and pretty much everything else that was unknown DNA in this case. Now that I saw that, I went ahead and added them to the Google Drive, and now that they're on the Google Drive, I can see them. This is what the folder looks like, but I am not going to put the access out there just yet, and this is why. There are other people on these surveillance footages, and at this point in time, I don't know if there's any faces of children that are not blurred or things like that, and so I want to make sure that I handle that aspect of it before I put public access out there to these. Now, other creators might do those things differently. That's how I'm going to play this one. So when I have time, I'm going to go in and I'm going to clip out the pieces that are just Bryan Kohberger, put them in chronological order as the folders have them, and then we'll discuss it, and then I'll give you guys access to that folder. But until I have those things handled, I just have to be careful with it. Now, I know that I go and talk shit to a lot of these Brian Intons and Ashley Banfelds and Nancy Disgraces and all the peoples, okay? Because they don't care. They don't care about facts. They don't care about truth. They only care about the salacious, pathetically ignorant headlines, and anything else doesn't matter to them. That's why, instead of talking about the 227 scream that freaks everyone out and that can be heard on 2 cameras, yes, 2 cameras, not just the 1112 camera. For those who think it's a movie or some shit, you can also hear the damn scream on the Linda Lane camera at 2:27 and 12-ish or so seconds. I'm going to have those playing here for you guys just in a minute. I don't understand why these people are not asking questions about this. This scream sent the exact same chills, reverberations, whatever you want to call it. We almost all got the exact same whenever we heard that freaking scream. So why? Kevin Fixler with the Idaho Statesman, Jesse Weber, who's now with News Nation, Vinnie Politan, Chris McDonough with the Interview Room. I don't know why they are choosing to ignore this when this is coming from MPD. This is coming from MPD in a fashion that's extremely fishy, extremely sketchy, and again, as of January 2nd, 2026, they are still trying to lie and claim that the silent version of the 1112 footage of 12:55 to 2:30 is the only one they have. But the 227 scream is proof of the lie that they, for some reason, keep wanting to double down on. Maybe if I put this out here with one additional little piece right before it, maybe, just maybe, it'll get these people's attention, and real journalism in this case might start taking place. And maybe, just maybe, they'll care more about the victim's timeline and the truth than about Kohberger going to Walmart in the winter wearing winter gloves like every frickin' body else and their mama that day. I'm so tired of the way that the mainstream does stuff. I want to add something else to this that me and my viewers noticed when we were going over the footage in our lives. At 2:26, right as the phone call between Jack and Kaylee starts at 2:26, you know, that 17-minute phone call that we were lied to about for years? Yeah, that one. Right at 2:26, what looks like to be a black SUV comes into the area. And as it passes King Road, you really don't know where it's going, but you know it doesn't end up in Linda Lane based on the clips that I have put together that I'm about to show you. You can see where the headlights are in the trees. According to the map that I'm going to place in, it looks like it could have been an SUV that stopped and or maybe even pulled into the parking lot area of 1122 King Road. And why this is so important is because this happens within 1 minute of that blood-curdling scream.
Yep, 226. Kaylee's first call to Jack. Right as a headlight comes in. Check that out.
Hey, that looked like a dark SUV. Slow it down, Haas. Is this the black SUV? Like the one parked? Oh my God, look how freaking blurry this shit is. I'm going to slow it down. It'd be really cool if we could know if this was Ethan and Xana driving home for the night in the black SUV. I slowed it down to 0.5. I guess we would need to know if these headlights end up in Linden Lane at all after this to know if maybe this is where it stopped. This is where it goes out of view of 1112. Okay. So that headlight could be coming from across the way, like through trees and stuff. That's the scream. So you tell me, could this be Ethan and Xana driving back to 1122 that night in the black Ford SUV that is parked behind Ethan's red Jeep in the parking lot area, coming in at 226, right before that extremely loud, very close to the camera, blood-curdling scream is heard at 227 and 13-ish or so seconds. And again, if it was from inside of 1112, if that was coming from a movie, you wouldn't hear it all the way down at 1330 Linda Lane. So for anyone trying to push it off as that, y'all really need to rethink probably more than just this one scenario in your entire life. Let's be so serious. I know there are other timestamps where it looks like black SUVs, dark SUVs are coming into the area. That could be them too. We don't know. We are literally all guessing. But when you consider the fact that as of today, Xana's family does not know when she got home. The Chapins shouldn't know when Ethan got home because the public doesn't know, because the prosecution never could figure it out. They have no time stamp for when Ethan and Xana actually got back to 1122 that night. Not only that, but what about the other discrepancies, the rest of the inconsistencies? We've been told this entire time that when Ethan and Hunter were done with the party, the dance, the formal that they went to with their sister Maisie, that Xana was already at the Sigma Chi party when the boys got back. But according to the interview that was done with Bethany Funk, that's not true. Ethan and a freshman went over to 1122 King Road to escort Xana, Maddie, and Bethany over to the Sigma Chi party. And according to Bethany, Maddie, and the freshman walked back to the party ahead of Xana and Ethan. What else have we also been told before by people very close to this case, namely Jeff, Xana's father? That he spoke to her on the phone that night, and around midnight, she was at home with her boyfriend, watching movies, having a normal ass night. So, when did they actually get to the party? We know that we've also been lied to about who saw them the latest at the Sigma Chi party. We've been told this whole time in the PCA that it was Bethany between 8 and 9 p.m., just to find out in Dylan's interviews that it was actually her at 10:30 p.m. when it comes to the people actually at 1122 King Road. Why the inconsistencies? Why can no one give us a clear timeline? Who knows? That's what we're trying to figure out. But for now, I want to know what you guys think about the possibility that this could be Ethan and Xana coming back to the house right before that horrible scream on the camera. The timing is interesting, and I'm not saying it is or it isn't, but I'm saying it's a big possibility, and you have to take into consideration several things, given that the state is refusing to actually answer these questions. So again, let me know what you guys are thinking about this timestamp information down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already, and please don't forget to make sure that that notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. And by the way, I do have a second channel that goes by Jules of All Trades. I will be having a video out there today on the death of Tommy Lee Jones's daughter and a very, very strange coincidence that's also happening out in the celebrity world at the exact same time. I don't know. I don't really know if I believe in coincidences much anymore when it comes to that side of things. But again, that's it, you guys. See y'all.